Volunteer conversation partners. There are many different levels of English acquisition. Conversation partners help language learners produce English at the level they are comfortable with little to no planning on the partner's part. The main objective is for language learners to speak freely and elicit questions as well. This would be like a coffee date with your next door neighbor. There are a few general guidelines. First, always start with catch-up questions or small talk, just as you normally would with friends, coworkers, or colleagues. Second, use wait time and repeat the question if necessary. Try not to rush to explain or say the question differently. Give the language learner a chance to think and answer. It is uncomfortable, but pausing and waiting a bit is very important. Repeat the question if necessary. If that fails, then reword or explain. Third, keep questions simple and short. Here are a few examples or prompts that you could use. English learners should also ask questions, as question formation and delivery is a natural part of conversation. Keep your responses clear. Answers should be shorter sentences without rambling. Five, enunciate well. Speak clearly and at a moderate speed. 6, use real English. You should use the language you speak regularly with your partner. Do not worry about perfect grammar or phrasing. If you use standard English, speak in standard English. If you use another dialect, speak in that dialect. This is one of the main reasons we utilize conversation partners. I switch between 3 different dialects when I talk to people in regular life. This is no different and essential for learning communication. Now, if you want to really knock the ball out of the park, you can use more complicated English depending on the speaker's level. This is not necessary, but if the beginner points were easy for you and you need a little something extra, this would be a couple expert bonus notes. Contractions are essential. We have beginner contractions and then the higher contractions, especially like what'll, things like that. And then reductions. Reductions are taught in grammar classes because we need them. These are paramount to understanding people in the community. They have their own rules and they're very important. Gonna and wanna are learned in the beginner level, and then in the advanced level we get up to coulda, woulda, shoulda. Here's an example of a general time together. First, try to be relaxed and do not use a paper for this part when you start with catch-up questions, just like you would in a regular conversation or small talk with someone. Then second, ask more direct questions. Open-ended questions are especially great if they're on a specific topic. Writing them on a piece of paper may be helpful so that you can remember what you already discussed that day or in a previous session. This also gives you extra questions in case the time goes faster than expected or some questions flop. However, the student should only look at the questions on rare occasions. They need to really try listening or hearing you ask in a different way before they try to look at the paper. And then finally, remember to share too. This is conversation, so it's a two-way street. Asking questions and listening for comprehension are just as important as speaking.